This is gonna be a quick one, ladies and gentlemen. Lanshan 2 pole from the company called Flames Creed. It's kind of like a clone to the renowned 3UFL product called Lanshan 2 pole, but here's just coming from another company called Flames Creed. So without further ado, let's get this bad boy set up. And of course, first thing first, make sure you pick any sharp object that could be right there where you're about to camp. And so far, so good. And sometimes people use improvised sticks they find in the woods, but for the sake of this video, to make things quicker, I came with my walking stick. Okay, this is my first time unboxing this, so I still don't know what to expect. So far, it's a nice little package. Actually, let me weigh these bad boys before unpacking. There you go, you see 0. All right. 990 grams. See? Got that? All right. Nice sack so far. All right, we already found some sticks inside. Now let's see which type. Hopefully it's one of my favorite ones. It's alright. And then a little syringe for some seam sealing, because there'll be some seam sealing action. If you stick around to the end of the video, you'll catch that action. And then a little patch for some repair. I guess I'll move on to the back top. All right, so after spreading the back top around, you want to go around the 4 corners and stick this bad boy out. And I always put my sticks down 45 degrees to the ground. So now remember not to tension it all tight, just good enough so that when it becomes windy, the whole tent will be blowing all over the place. So next up, take your trekking poles and set it to a height of 120 as the recommended height by Lanshan. That's by Flames Creed. Lanshan is the model and the brand is Flames Creed. So now I'm just gonna set it to 120 centimeters. And thank God somebody already thought of that. So I have my 120 centimeter there. And soon as I hear click, it means I'm at the right height. Oops, there you go. So that's 120 centimeters for you. Forgot to mention it came with 8 sticks in total, but you shouldn't get anything less than that anyway, so why bother? Alrighty, so moving on. Now you want to locate this particular part. Put the top of the trekking pole. Some prefer using the other way around, but if you want to avoid any pinching, punching a hole in your tent, I believe this is the best way to do it. So now our tent is starting to take its final shape. Set your trekking pole to 120 centimeters. All right, so now finally moving to the other side. And of course, I already have it set to 120 centimeters. All right, so just stretch that out. And of course, stick it down. And then you can little tension it up as you see fit. And I heard your best bet will be to open the door and have the trekking pole set from inside. And then put it in the hole here. And you should have a much more stable setup. Now setting up this part of the tent might be a little confusing. You have this ram clip that the 2 loops by the door needs to go into before sticking it all out. So it goes in that way, and then it has this nice little Velcro so that everything seems perfect. And then wind isn't gonna be blowing this all about in a rainstorm, for instance. Nice little hole with some mesh for some air circulation. Now, let me just hop inside and see. And of course, it folds up easily. this way through the hoop. And now move to the side wall. And also you want to stick it down. Now we're getting somewhere. Repeat the same for the other side as well. And this can't be any more perfect than this. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take you guys around before I hop inside the tent. See how it's set up. And I have some gap here as well for some air circulation. A nice little hole there that I was talking about with a mesh. And this were the corners. Got little Velcro to hold things in place. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, you got the ram hook that I was talking about. Okay. Alrighty, time to hop inside. And I'm bringing with me this air mattress of mine. Alright, pump it up because of the sake of this video. Alright, so now I'm just gonna zip up the inner mesh. Here I am inside. I'm 6'3", meaning 190 centimeters. And if I'm laying straight inside, I have more than enough room in my head area. And in the foot area as well, there's enough room to park a whole 18-wheeler truck. And on the side, I've lost count how many times I've had to stop recording because of the phone keeps shutting out because of the heat. So in case I don't finish this video, you already got the point, right? Look how I'm sweating like a pig. And another pet peeve is some people don't like the inner mesh and the fly door flapping this way when it's fully hooked up. But hey, like I said, this is the poor man's Z-Pack, D-Pack, or whatever the hell his name is. What's the name of that tent once again? That expensive Cuban material tent. Z-Pack Duplex. Oh, this right here is the closest you can get to Z-Pack Duplex, as like the poor man's Z-Pack Duplex. But hey, I still got my two kidneys. The bathtub stretched properly and the side wall is well erected just in case it starts raining. Got a little pocket area there, and here's where the auto fly matches with the bathtub with a little mesh there in case when you get some condensation or when it starts raining, but mainly because of condensation. So you have the water flowing down, and then this just kind of prevents it from dripping inside. A nice circulation thing going on there. And here you have a little hook for your accessories, lights, and anything you might be hanging. And then one on the side as well. Going to the outside, more than enough room in our vestibule here to put your backpack in, do some little cooking in here, and as well as your shoes or any other thing else you want to store here. And the same thing goes for the other side as well. So now I'm just gonna assume that you've already prepped all the surfaces you're gonna be working on. You know, get the cleaning on and get all the dust off and stuff. And with the included syringe that came with this tent, I went ahead and bought the silicone tent sealant here. And of course, I'm gonna be ripping it up. Okay, so you take your syringe, pour some content inside, control a hole in it. Quite a tedious job to do, but hey, I believe it'll be worth it when it's all said and done. And then just go over it with the provided brush, like so. And I believe there's no point making you guys watch paint dry. I mean, that's exactly what it is when it comes to seam sealing. That's the same process you're gonna just repeat all over the tent, right? Like I said, go over spots you think that are prone to leaking during a rainstorm. Just go over all the sewing. And I even say underneath the sewing. And one time with a brush. And sometimes I found out applying just a minimum pressure will get a clean job done to the point where you don't even have to use the brush that is included. Just with a bare syringe, just one pass of the syringe, and you're already doing a nice job, as you can see. Now go ahead and tuck this in behind the seam and give it a little squeeze around. And one pass over it with a brush. And of course, as you would expect from the top, you want to repeat the same. And then of course for the lower part. There's some sewing here as well. Camera probably won't catch it, but it's there. And you just can't neglect it. One time with a brush. And you should do the same thing for the other side as well. I believe, what does the pack say? I think 30 minutes, but I'm just gonna leave it for like an hour for it to completely dry. And the 10th Lanshan True Pro should be fully waterproof. I'm not just gonna pretend. I believe this is a tedious job. I dread doing it. I was cursing the whole time I was doing it. And when it's all said and done, your tent should look like something like this. This was a hard work, especially seam sealing or the sewings and stuff. But at the end of the day, I'd rather be in an ugly looking seam seal tent than be in a, fresh looking one without any waterproof ability. So go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you like what you've been watching so far, and subscribe and share the video. It helps keep the channel alive. I'm Sir K signing out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.